Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Sydney. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things I wish I had known before I started selling on Poshmark. Whether you are new, just starting out on Poshmark, or even if you've been selling a while, I think these tips will be useful for your Poshmark reselling business in terms of helping you kind of take steps to better yourself and make better decisions for your business, make smarter decisions, and ultimately help you to make more money. Also, I want to thank everybody who has been participating with me in our share parties in my private share group every night. They have been amazing, and everyone is being so consistent and helping each other to make sales. I know it's January and it is pretty slow right now. It's a great time to be sourcing and, you know, revamping your closet if you want. But we have been doing nightly share parties as well as the share parties in the morning to kind of help make some more sales during the slow time. So if you are interested in joining my private share group, definitely send me an email. It's poshbosshelp@gmail.com and I will send you over the information. Okay, so let's get into the video. 5 things I wish I had known before I started selling on Poshmark. The first thing I wish I had known before I started selling on Poshmark is to not accept offers just to make a sale. I was really bad about this in the beginning. I actually started off selling my jewelry that I was making, not selling clothing, but selling jewelry. I sold a couple of clothing pieces. But I had originally started on Etsy with my jewelry that I was making, and then my mom happened to see a segment about Poshmark on a morning show, and she showed it to me, and I went back to my apartment at college and I downloaded the app, and I just grabbed something out of my closet. I was really just testing it out like an experiment to see if it was legit, if it actually worked, if something would sell on there, and it sold overnight. So but mostly I was selling my jewelry that I was making because that's what I had the most of. I didn't really know a lot about sourcing. Remember, I was brand new, so I really did not know a lot about Goodwill or thrifting or anything like that. So I was selling items that I was making by hand, and you know, I was really just selling them for whatever I could get for them, which was not something that you should do, because you have to keep in mind your sold listings stay in your closet forever. You can't delete them. So, you know, you don't want to sell items at absolute rock bottom prices. It's never a good practice. It's never a good practice to price things at rock bottom prices. I don't like pricing anything below $12 to $15, to be honest. If you need more help with your pricing and things like that, I have my pricing course linked below. It is almost 12 hours of information that was done as a live webinar. So it has all kinds of questions from viewers, and it goes from everything from your cost of goods to what you need to be sourcing to sell things at the right price points, to how to list them and how to price things. So it is almost 12 hours of information where it takes you step by step and teaches you how to source, how to list, and how to price in terms of getting the price points that you need to be getting. So I'll link that down below if you need additional help with your pricing. But you never want to price your items at rock bottom. You never want to let customers pressure you into accepting these, what we call lowball offers. You never want to let your customers run your business. It's never a good practice. If you have something, you know that it's worth value, and somebody sends you a really ridiculously low offer on it, don't accept the offer just to make a sale. It's never a good thing, especially, you know, it really brings down the market for other sellers. If people look up this item and see what other items that are similar have sold for, and they see, you know, they've sold for $10 when it's worth $50, they're not going to pay that for it. So you don't want to accept offers just to accept offers. It's never a good thing. So remember, your sold listings stay there forever. So keep that in mind when you feel that you are pressured to accept these lowball offers from people and really get yourself into the mindset where you are standing your ground and you are, you know, accepting the fact that you are running a business and that it's not okay to make a sale just to make a sale. You want to get fair prices for your items so that you can make money and so that you can grow your business. That is ultimately what you want, is to grow. And you do not get to grow when you are, you know, just accepting offers for things that are $5. So get yourself out of that mindset of I have to make sales, and accepting whatever offers you get, and get yourself into the mindset that you are running a business and this is how I'm pricing this item and this is the lowest I'm willing to take for it. And really stand your ground and don't let your customers take advantage of you. Second thing I wish I had known before I started selling on Poshmark was to invest in lighting. So when I first started selling on Poshmark, like when I really started to take it seriously and started to list stuff every day, I did not have a lighting kit and I had to take photos in my sunroom every day between the hours of 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So I had this 3-hour window that I had to get all of my listings done in. And, you know, if it rained that day, I couldn't take pictures because it was dark. So when I finally got lighting for my pictures, it allowed me to, one, work any time of day or night, and two, it really made my pictures look so much better. You know, I have all my lighting linked down below if you are interested in getting lighting for your business. At first I got the softbox lighting because that's just what everyone had, so that's what I got. And then now if you are in a small space or, you know, you just want something compact, I definitely recommend the ring light. The ring light is plenty of lighting to take pictures for Poshmark. I have all of it now because I do Poshmark and I do YouTube, so I have all of the lighting that I can get essentially, but you don't need all of that lighting. If I had to choose one, definitely get the ring light. It does not take up as much space, it's not as bulky, it's not as difficult to maneuver around, but all of it is linked down below in the description box for you guys. Number 3 thing I wish I would have known before I started selling on Poshmark: don't obsess over the number of followers that you have on Poshmark. So, you know, it's always good to have followers. If you have followers on Poshmark, that's great. It makes you look like you're established. It gives you kind of the clout that you're a good seller. You know, you have all these followers and it looks good, essentially. But you do not need all of these followers to make sales. You don't have to have thousands and thousands of followers to make sales. You know, you can make sales if you're just starting out just by listing an item and you have no followers. Followers do not necessarily equal to sales. So you don't want to be following thousands and thousands of people a day. That is a complete waste of time. You are better off spending your time listing and sharing your closet. You know, once you get to Posh Ambassador, if you become a Poshmark ambassador, that is going to help you tremendously in terms of putting your closet on autopilot to get followers automatically. You know, I rarely spend time following people anymore just because I'm a Poshmark ambassador and I get all of these followers just naturally, just from being a Poshmark ambassador. So that is why you want to strive to reach the Poshmark ambassador status. It's going to help your closet in the algorithm, it's going to help you get more followers, and it's just going to overall make you look more trustworthy as a seller. But don't waste your time every day following thousands and thousands of people. It's not a good use of your time. You're better off sourcing or listing or sharing your closet or sharing other people's closets. But make sure that you do strive to get to that Poshmark ambassador status so that you don't really have to worry about getting followers anymore. Number 4 thing that I wish I would have known before I started selling on Poshmark is that it's better to spend more money on better inventory that will sell for more money. When I first started out, it was my goal to get inventory for as cheap as possible. And while yes, that's important to have a low cost of goods, It is also important to keep in mind the types of items that you are selling, in the sense that you want to be sourcing items that are worth your time to list. You don't want to be sourcing items, you know, just because they're $1 or less that will sell for 10 bucks when you could spend like $3 to $4 on something that could sell for $40 or $50. Once I learned that, it completely changed my business. When my local thrift stores stopped having items for $1 and I was forced to, you know, get really picky about what I was sourcing, it forced me to learn more brands. It forced me to really look at the rest of the thrift store and start sourcing items that I could sell for more money. If you need help with sourcing, I have my sourcing guide linked down below. It is a wealth of information in terms of teaching you what kind of items you need to be picking up that are going to be worth your time. I also talk about that in the pricing training that I mentioned earlier. So definitely pick those up if you know, are just starting out or you are wanting to grow. Definitely pick those up. Next thing that I wish I had known before I started selling on Poshmark is to not get emotional over cases. So I know that it's really upsetting and discouraging when somebody opens a case against you and, you know, you get that notification and it's like a horrible feeling in the pit of your stomach. But you can't let that get to you. You can't let that affect you or ruin your day. I see a lot of people have cases open against them and then they say that they're quitting. My reaction to that is to not let these people who are opening these cases keep you from making money. You cannot let things like that keep you from making money. If you do, you will not get very far in any business. Things like this are just part of retail. I've worked in retail. I worked in retail for over 10 years. Starting when I was 17, I worked my way through college working retail. I ran a boutique by myself. I've worked for corporate stores. I've worked for mom and pop stores. You just cannot let these things get to you. It's just, you know, unhappy people are just part of retail. They're part of shopping. This is why, you know, brick and mortar stores have return policies that they have. It's a lot of the reason that Poshmark has the return policy that they have, where they do not allow returns due to buyer's remorse or fit or anything like that. It just kind of eliminates a lot of headache. But because of that, you are going to have repercussions of people who, you know, have this buyer's remorse or something that doesn't fit them because they did not take the time to ensure that it would fit them, and they are going to become upset. And in becoming upset, they're going to open a case against you. So you cannot let that affect you. You just have to provide your evidence and provide your facts and not get personal with these people. Don't ever get personal with anybody in a case. Don't, you know, don't get emotional. Don't say anything to them that's emotional. All you want to do is state your facts and then, you know, let Poshmark handle it. That is why Poshmark is there. This is why we pay Poshmark this 20% fee, is to, you know, handle the customer service for us. All you can do is provide your evidence and defend yourself. That's all you can do. And then Poshmark is ultimately going to make the decision in terms of what happens. And no matter what they decide, don't let that affect you. Don't let that ruin your business. Don't let that keep you from listing. Don't let that keep you from making money. You know, life goes on. If somebody opens a case against you, it is not the end of the world. Even if they end up returning the item, it's not the end of the world, I promise. So, you know, just try to not let these people get to you. Don't let them get under your skin, because that's what they're trying to do. A lot of people are just having a bad day and they choose to take it out on you. So, you know, just state your facts, and whatever happens, and life will go on and it will be okay. So these are my 5 things that I wish I had known before I started selling on Poshmark. I hope these tips have helped you today, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me as a seller. But I hope this helped your business and helps you to, you know, better your business and to grow your business, because that's what you want. You want to grow, you want to better yourself as a seller, and you want to get yourself into a more positive mindset so that you can make more money. If you guys like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.